Next, Michael Dooley's poems have appeared in Poetry Ireland Review, The Singing Fly, and online at RTE Culture. He has been shortlisted for the Strokestown International Poetry Prize, the Dooley Poetry Prize, and the Courtney New Writing Prize. He is a teacher and lives in.
Thanks very much, Danny. And thanks very much to everyone at the Fly for the opportunity to attend a reading, even if it is in this fairly unusual setting. I should offer a little bit of context in the poem, or I'll try anyway. The poem's called Eavesdropping. It's essentially about being a little kid and that proximity to news and to adult conversation and to kind of serious stuff, and it also being, you know, off limits and kind of floating around the kitchen table and trying to get close to these stories, and honestly like a really early fascination. And that's kind of something that, funnily enough, when I asked myself yesterday, you're going to have to explain this poem, what the hell is it about? I think that a lot of the poetry that I've written over the years has looked outward at kind of aspiring to be something kind of social documentary and that kind of thing, just transfixed by the world around me and the local community, really, in a way. And in the poem here, the little kid eavesdropping is terrified of the retribution, you know. You've made an incursion on a narrative, you've made an incursion on a story that you really shouldn't be doing that. And to be honest with you, it's kind of a reflection on the relationship to other stories and whether or not you should ever be putting them down on paper. And I heard a really well-known novelist doing an interview last week, and one of the questions was, "Do you have any regrets?" And he said, "You know, I wouldn't, certain things I wouldn't have written coming from small town Ireland, and just for stepping on people's toes and things." And that just kind of got the hair standing up again. And it's just an issue, and like it's an ethical issue that I kind of that evidently is something for me, and I need to kind of settle it. So the poem is called Eavesdropping. Stories came down like sealing water, gorges of narrative slipping the slate and felt of a learned guard. I took to the shapes in them. Starlings then, 1,000 typewriters thrashing. We looked out on acres of quiet. Haunt the kitchen table like a sacred heart. Strain against clip of mug or a visitor's cough. Casting out always for an anything but the muck and wet of farm. Cold water shock of a parent's pause. A voice dropping from the air with the terrible completion of a well-shot bird, sending me sock-slipping, tiptoeing in retreat to the corner room. Head a wild canvas of words, impenetrable code of adult, a Rorschach fumbled over, a language not yet learned. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Michael. Well said.